Change. It can be scary, but it can be an adventure. The adventure story I'm going to tell you now is about a brother and sister called Cara and Harry. Cara and Harry were twins and they argued about most things. Cara loved music and Harry loved computers. Cara talked too much and Harry didn't talk enough. Cara and Harry's parents wished they got on better. They tried all sorts of new hobbies like roller skating and swimming, but whatever Cara liked, Harry didn't. They even hated the same food. Cara had a really sweet tooth and Harry preferred savoury. When Cara and Harry had a big row on their 11th birthday, their parents put their foot down. If Cara and Harry couldn't get on, they weren't allowed to come on holiday in the summer. Instead, they'd have to go and stay with Great Aunt Mildred. Uh-oh. Cara and Harry had never seen Great Aunt Mildred smile, ever. She had bright green eyes that seemed to stare right into you and wispy hair that always looked like it was about to blow away. She never played games with Cara and Harry and was always trying to teach them good manners. Boring. Great Aunt Mildred lived in an ancient house with creaky stairs and dusty photos. Cara and Harry just hoped the weather was nice so they could play outside. Great Aunt Mildred hated noise in the house. Boring. But on their first night there, Cara was listening to music in her room when Harry came in. Cara was surprised. At home, Harry never wanted to talk to her. He was too busy working out a new theory on his computer. "What are you doing here?" Cara asked. "Did you hear that?" asked Harry. "I heard someone laughing." "Maybe it was Great Aunt Mildred," wondered Cara. "Aunt Mildred never laughs, you know that," said Harry. Besides, it wasn't so much a laugh as a cackle. Cara listened, and this time she heard it too. Cruel, screechy, mysterious. "Let's go and investigate," she said. "We'll get in trouble," said Harry. Cara stared at him. "You're not scared, are you?" "Of course I'm not," said Harry indignantly. "What are we waiting for then?" grinned Cara. She turned her stereo off and headed out of the room, Harry following gingerly behind her. As they crept down the long corridor, the floorboards creaking beneath them, the cackling got louder. It seemed to be coming from Great Aunt Mildred's room. As Cara pushed the door open, a blast of bright light blinded her and Harry. "Maybe this wasn't such a good idea," said Cara, backing out. "Come on, we're here now," Harry said as he pulled her through, shielding her against the light. When they entered the room, they couldn't believe it. There was Great Aunt Mildred waving a wand and cackling away. And beside her, there was another woman, who looked like her twin sister, only smaller and more frail. "Out, children, or I'll boil your bones!" screeched Mildred. The other woman cried, "Please don't hurt them." "Who are you?" Cara asked the little old lady. The little old lady looked surprised. "Why, I'm your Great Aunt Mildred. Can't you tell?" Cara and Harry were shocked. "Then who is she?" Cara pointed at the woman with the wand. Before the children could get an answer, the woman with the wand pointed it straight at Cara and started chanting, "Bee-boo, bee-bo, this girl is my mortal foe." Bright orange sparks started shooting at Cara's face like fireworks. She screamed. "Spells are so last decade," shouted Harry as he jumped in front of Cara. He pulled out his iPhone and was tapping away. All of a sudden, a current of electricity came out of Harry's iPhone, sending the orange sparks back towards the witch with the wand. They hit her right in the face, and she started shrinking. As she got smaller and weaker, the other old lady, the real Aunt Mildred, seemed to get stronger and more colour came back into her face. Cara and Harry watched in amazement until the witch had completely disappeared. Harry looked in wonder at his iPhone, then turned to Cara triumphantly. "Still hate modern technology?" Cara started to scowl at him but couldn't keep it up and laughed instead. "Well, it did save my life, so I guess it can't be that bad." Great Aunt Mildred laughed too, and this time it was a real laugh, warm and frothy. Cara and Harry rushed over to her. What happened to you? Asked Cara. We thought the witch was our Aunt Mildred. I should be offended, really, chuckled the real Mildred. I can't believe you thought I was that miserable. Don't you remember when you were little and I used to play games with you and read you stories? Vaguely, said Cara, but it feels like a very long time ago. It was, said Mildred. The witch kidnapped me about 5 years ago. Wow! Harry and Cara were amazed. She did lots of spells to replicate my body, and then weakened me so much until she could fit me in the attic. I was too weak to call out. She brought me out every night to do more spells. Lucky for me, you heard. But why did she kidnap you? Asked Cara curiously. There's a magical power in this house, and she wanted to find it. Luckily for me, she never did. It was hidden very well. What sort of magical power? Harry wanted to know. A very special one, explained Mildred. It means you'll be loved wherever you go. I think the witch was lonely, really. Do you know where the power is hidden? Asked Harry. As a matter of fact, I do. Can you tell us? The children asked. Not today. I don't think it would be right. Why not? Cara wanted to know. Because you should be loved anyway, said Mildred. You should be happy in yourselves. Easier said than done, said Harry. I'm the class geek at school, and even Cara doesn't like me. Don't be daft, said Cara. You're my brother. You're meant to get on my nerves. It doesn't mean I don't like you. Harry grinned. He was pleased to hear that. After all, he had just saved his sister's life. Great Aunt Mildred thought it was time for tea. She hadn't eaten anything decent for a long time. As the three of them tucked into scones and cake and hot chocolate, Cara and Harry didn't even have time to argue. And so, the story shows that change can be good. For if Cara and Harry hadn't been sent to Aunt Mildred's house, then they might never have become friends. And Great Aunt Mildred's house was much more interesting than they'd imagined. Places and people can surprise you. Even those people you thought didn't like you or you had nothing in common with, well, they could turn out to be your best friends. It's all about giving new things and people a chance. But most importantly, it's about staying true to yourself. After all, if Cara hadn't been so curious, they never would have found out the truth about Mildred. And if Harry hadn't been so obsessed with computers and technology and gadgets, he wouldn't have saved his sister's life. So try and be open-minded about secondary school and see it as a chance for a new experience and a new adventure. Be yourself, and who could help but like you?